we did another video on it. Even after it went up 10 times, it retraced slightly, and then from where we covered it again, it's gone up another 6. It went up another 74%. So
amazing. But this is all to do with the AI revolution, because much more power is needed for these huge data centers that are needed to power AI.
If hostile takeovers or any of those verticals sounds like something you want to be a part of, please don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and join our Discord chat room linked in the description so you can see these plays and get in these opportunities when we do. So Amazon going nuclear, then you sent me a very interesting article having the Cameco, Kazatomprom Uranium ETF. They're all up massively. It's obviously a credit to us. Give ourselves a pat on the back.
That's why I hope our viewers have bought Cameco, because that's up for at least 20% since we recommended it. Maybe more.
The day we recorded it, it's up from 34% to there. The day I got it out, the video out, I think it's about 20%.
What I sent you, in the last week, I've seen 3 major announcements. Microsoft, Google, and Amazon have all announced that they're going to use small nuclear reactors to generate power for the data centers. I think is the start of a big trend towards nuclear energy for data centers. The growth of these small nuclear reactors, so you could potentially, with new technology, have these small nuclear reactors that are placed underground, and they could even be powering small towns. And this is really the ultimate source of green energy. And if the world really does want to move away from the older sources of power, and you could argue all day whether that's a good idea or not, but if people really want to get away from those older energy sources like coal and oil, there's only one choice, and that is nuclear. And to me, that means the price of uranium is way undervalued. It's something that everyone must have in their portfolio. It is going to be. Uranium itself still hasn't exceeded its all-time highs. You've still got uranium around about $83 a pound. Its recent high has been about 100. And you've got other big stocks like Kazatomprom, which again, that still hasn't taken out its high. And that maybe depends on your view of the world. Kazakhstan, I think we mentioned in the last video we made on uranium, Kazakhstan's got the biggest uranium stock in the world, and Kazatomprom is actually majority owned by the state of Kazakhstan, although it's listed in London, and I think it's got a listing in New York as well. But that is a massive company. But you've got a little bit of political risk there with Kazakhstan. But if you want to play in uranium, Cameco, which is the Canadian company, Kazatomprom, the Kazakhstani company, and you've got a host of ETFs in uranium too. So
URA,
I think for anyone who wants to invest in alternative energy, you have to have at least a small percentage in uranium, because I think this is going to be a growing trend. What these big tech companies are doing, lots of others are going to follow. You can guarantee that with these announcements that have been made recently, that other major companies are looking at this. There's no way that the world is going to be powered only by wind and solar panels.
Yeah, no, I mean, I talked about this with my father as well. Stop beating around the bush. It's not politically, not seen as politically correct in a number of instances, this nuclear stuff, but it's not actually as bad as they all seem to make it out to be. But I mean, one thing to bear in mind is obviously we talked about natural hydrogen in the same video that we talked about the uranium stock.
Well, that's another stock that you picked, and it's up 10 times. So I hope people are paying attention to what we're saying and following some of these recommendations.
Yeah, so it went up 10 times from when we covered it and or mentioned it, and then we did another video on it. Even after it went up 10 times, it retraced slightly, and then from where we covered it again, it's gone up another 6. It went up another 74%. So
amazing. But this is all to do with the AI revolution, because much more power is needed for these huge data centers that are needed to power AI. So that's not a trend that's going to change anytime soon. We're at the very start of the AI revolution, which is going to change the world in all sorts of ways that we probably can't even anticipate yet.
I'd be saying like nuclear is probably going to be the first thing that does that, and then people will, is the natural hydrogen fully ready yet? Who knows? It'll probably take a little bit longer than governments would like, but for the meantime, it's probably going to be nuclear and then transition into natural hydrogen and both. We'll have to see how the political landscape.
The world has always been the cheap sources of energy, and these seem like prime sources. I think nuclear is something that has been long established as a reliable energy source. I think the safety fears are just not there anymore with the new modern reactors, particularly these small scale reactors which are buried underground. There's no risk with those compared to major nuclear power stations that were built in the past. So I think this is a growing trend that's going to continue, and uranium is what's needed to power all of these.
As for me, I like the stock.
Order filled.